All right. Cologne is over, and all I get asked on stream, on Twitter, in my Discord, well, other than the usual stuff about how are you so handsome, how are you always this correct, what's it like having a 6-foot cock, but other than that, the only thing I've been getting asked for the last 4 days is, LionHeartZ, when are you gonna react to Liquid being beaten by the fucking Vergil'sPro Academy team? We're gonna do that right now, which sucks, because coming out of Cologne, things weren't terrible, they weren't great, but they weren't dire in terms of Liquid's ability to get into the major. But losing this online game to, again, VP Academy has once again put Liquid in a position where they are no longer going to be able to play in another tournament. This cut them out of the ability to play at the Blast Open in Lisbon, meaning that this week's Blast Bounty and the upcoming EWC are Liquid's only remaining chances to remain in contention for the Budapest Major. Let's talk about it. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, you can show me by leaving a like, leaving a comment down below, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Help me at 10k subs by the end of the year. Also, throughout the next 2 weeks, Blast Bounty is going down. By the time that is over, I want to be at 1,000 followers on Twitch. I'm currently at 782 at the time of recording, so make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/LionHeartZ2 and help me make that a reality so I can co-stream more in the future. And lastly, before we get started, I would like to thank today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, a CS2 trading website. You put in the skins that you want to trade, you select what you want, you use my code LionHeartZ for up to $5 off, or click the top link in the description, and boom, new drip.
Nice.
You can also use my code for a 35% deposit bonus if you want to buy with real money. And they have a free section with cool giveaways. So check the top link in the description, use my code to buy 15 Dragon Lores to let them know I sent you their way, and thank you to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Alright, at the top, we've covered this in various videos around Team Liquid before. The goal for Team Liquid is top 15 in EU by October 8th. That is the cutoff for the Budapest Major. Anything more than that is just extra winnings, but they need to be bare minimum top 15. After their exit in IEM Cologne, they were sitting at directly top 15. They then go on to lose this game to VP Academy, miss out on Blast Lisbon, and have now officially dropped to 17th in the world, with once again only the Blast Bounty and EWC as the remaining tries to get ahead of this October 8th curve. And keep in mind that the EWC finishes at the end of August, which means Liquid, unless something else changes, are not going to play in another event for the entirety of September. The next event on the calendar for them right now at the time of recording is the CS Asia Championships, which fall after October 8th, meaning they don't count. So they have to crawl up into the top 15 to begin with, and crawl up high enough so they don't decay over an entire month to below the 15th level. This seems next to impossible in my opinion, especially given the current state of how this team is playing, because shit is getting bad. I was gonna go and get some footage from this VP Academy loss, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I just couldn't be bothered. If Liquid are gonna play this poor, I'm not gonna put in effort myself. But you just take my word for it. This game is atrocious. You can go find it. Not a good look. Everyone other than NAF was pretty much terrible. And considering that NAF exited Cologne playing literally the worst map he's ever played in his entire career, yeah, things are not looking that great. And then, good lord, does Twist not make it look better with this fucking tweet? Like, Twist, my brother in Christ, you shouldn't say this on Twitter. This is not what the public wants to see. You do not go out and say, we are literally not a team. It is so genuinely over. We don't know what to do. We are beyond fucked. That's not a good look, especially when you, as the #1 option, the superstar player, the guy who by all intents and purposes from everything that's been communicated both outwardly through leaks and direct comments, you are the guy controlling this team. You are the leader of this team. And you're the one saying this. That is such a bad look. All of Liquid's recent changes, as far as I can tell, have been at the behest or heavily influenced by Twist. He was one of the people who was clearly vocally against Cadian and got him out. He was the one who scouted Ultimate and brought him in. Presumably, he was consulted on bringing JKS in, and it's fair to assume that he was consulted in relation to NeRTZ coming in, Shuhei coming in, Myther going out, Flashy coming in as the new coach. Everything has been done around Twist. So if the team is not working, then I have to look at Twist as part of the problem. Because not only have you not been in there in the server, it doesn't seem like this is working in terms of gelling as a unit. Because on paper, this roster should be a minimum 10th or 11th team in the world. Twist, one of the best mechanical players in the world, still very much in his prime. Naf is one of just the best glue guys to ever play Counter-Strike. He will do anything for the team. He will play any spot. He's an invaluable rock. You have NeRTZ, one of the most exciting young prospects in the game, was amazing with Heroic. He was good on Liquid for one event and has been shit since. And then Shuhi, who should be literally the best possible signing for Liquid to build into this new era, because he's young, he's a proven IGL, and he is apparently getting interrupted by dogs who should be sleeping. But Shuhi should not be an issue for this team. Granted, he's not had a lot of time. He's only just got in head coach. I give Shuhi the biggest pass of all time. I'm looking at everybody else, man, because what is going wrong in this team so badly that Twist could compel himself to make a tweet like this? Who is arguing with who? Who is not working with who well? It's just an awful, awful look. And here is the blunt force reality. What can Liquid do? They realistically cannot make another roster move. As far as we know, Liquid don't have much money to spend when it comes to Counter-Strike. And I'm assuming acquiring Shuhi was by no means cheap. So one roster move, one, may not save the roster, and two, may not be possible. So you have to work this core well enough in 2 more events to make the major. Is that possible? I honestly think not at this point, because I've tried to think of it. Let's just assume money isn't an issue, and let's try and think about practical roster moves that could make Liquid better. Well, I do know that a lot of people would like to see NAF replaced. I personally don't know how easy that would be, but let's take it for granted that NAF is out and you want to bring somebody back in. Who could it be? Like, your best option that's available would be Magisk, and you're again taking a risk there that Magisk can get back to his 2023 Anchor of the Year form. I've said in other videos where I think that that's not unlikely, but still, it's a risk. It's not a guaranteed upgrade. It's not like Liquid are going to get someone like a JimFad or a Bit or any of the other well-established anchors. So replacing NAF doesn't seem to be very easy off the rip. You could make the argument that maybe JKS should have just stayed instead of NAF, but that bridge has sailed. I think it's pretty clear that Ultimate is not going to become a top 5 opper, at least anytime soon. He's just very inconsistent. His peaks are gigantic and he'll take over games, there's no doubt about that, but his average level of performance leaves a lot to be desired, and when you consider that he's not exactly a transcendent rifler either, that makes it hard to really justify him being in the team. So who do you bring in over Ultimate that's a strict upgrade? I don't really have an answer for you, because who's available that could significantly be better? Most of the oppers are tied down to other teams. Really, the best on the market prospect that you could have gotten was Simple. And Simple is, of course, 1, not cheap, and 2, also a risk, and 3, also no longer available. So past that, it's going to be another scouting attempt. Are you going to try and find the next Molodoy? And is that even guaranteed, right? These problems are by no means easy, and that's before we even get to NeRTZ. I don't think NeRTZ can be long-term the entry force for this team. He just hasn't seemed to adapt to that role as well as I'd expected him to. So who are you going to replace NeRTZ with? There's some options there. Like, maybe you could try and rescue Insani from MIBR, but there's a language barrier there. There's a buyout issue there. Maybe you could try and get Lake from M80, but is Lake going to hold up, in top-level Tier 1 tournaments? That's also a question mark. Finding an entry that's going to replace NeRTZ is not going to be easy. And the sad part is, Liquid seems to just make players worse, as Yukindar has gone on to Furia and looked like his old self almost immediately. I don't know, man. Things seem pretty dire when you have a money problem, a personnel problem, a time problem, a ranking problem, a problems that you can't even solve. And in the back of my mind, I keep coming back to one point, like one turning point in this Liquid roster's era that things went demonstrably wrong. And it's when Twist decided that he should be IGL. Because he just wasted everybody's time. For over a season, he just decided he needed to be IGL. And whether, granted, that had to be out of necessity because they couldn't find anybody after Cadian or not, doesn't really matter to me. Because Twist, there was no reason for you to pick it up in the first place. You deluded yourself into thinking you could do it. I don't know why, I don't know how, but you wasted a lot of time while you're still very much in the prime of your ability as a mechanical player to be an IGL, and you couldn't even do that well at all. Just who knows how competitive Team Liquid could have been if they had just gone an IGL immediately or pursued other prospects. But Twist took it upon himself to derail the timeline of this entire team for that long, and now we're paying the price of it. I don't know what Liquid does from here, but losing to VP Academy should be rock bottom. But the problem is, where do you go from here to climb your way out? What changes come next? I don't see the path at all. But hey, maybe you guys do. Could you let me know in the comments down below? I'll be down there responding as always. If you enjoyed this video, you can show me by leaving a like, leaving a comment down below, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Help me hit 10K subs by the end of the year. Follow me on twitch.tv/LionHeartZ2. Help me hit 1,000 followers over there. Thank you to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Check the top link in the description. You go to trade on their website. It lets them know I sent you their way. Thank you to Skins Monkey. Thank you to our channel members: Justin, Jesse Furley, Milan Berta, Bubblesj, Dr. Cocktor, Patatas Kaftesi, PTR, B1 Games, Cody Foxworthy, Justin Vegt, I'm Flashbang, Stormy White, Rowdy, Vergil'sPlasticChair, LBKcs, Snax Enjoyer, Crunchywater, zerotwocs, and our newest channel member, drudenae. If you want to become a channel member, you can do so with the link in the description down below. For $5 a month, you can get the video just like this, well, because we're on the community Discord. I'll see you guys soon in another video. Peace.